Yo, what it do, man? It's your boy LV from the Southside of Chicago, Mr. Andalewe, aka Mr. Whatever You Need. And right now, you rocking with Chicago Street TV, the best in Latin hip hop, baby.
Andale, 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 we, andale, we, andale, we, andale, we, andale, we, andale, we.
Okay, so I go by the name LV. I'm from the Southside of Chicago. Bridgeport, Canaryville area. If you guys ain't familiar, it's right off of Halsted, all the way from like 26th all the way to 47. So the way I got my name LV, at first I was already going by my actual name, which is Lorgio. It's kind of unique, and I guarantee you're never gonna meet somebody else if you're watching this interview named Lorgio. And if you do, you better comment on the bottom of the video and let me know. But other than that, I started off with my real name because I felt like it was unique enough. But then I was like, man, I don't know, it's kind of like, I feel like it doesn't have like that ring to it. So I went by my initials, but I added a Mr. to it. So for a while I was going by Mr. LV, but then I kind of felt like the Mr. was a little cliche, you know. So I took it off, and then, you know, eventually I just ended up with LV, and it's been that ever since. There was a time where when I started going into high school, I got really into like the rap music, like real heavy. Like I was putting viruses on my aunt's computer all the time, going there, downloading, burning CDs off LimeWire. Those of you from back in the day, you remember what LimeWire is, but these shorties might not know. So when I got transferred to Benito Juarez, I met my dude Miguel Anzo. Shout out to my homies right there. So what we would do is we started freestyling in the front, the court of the school and shit. They're like, come on, freestyle with us, bro. It was something they already had as a hobby. And I was like, you know, I was already doing it, but I'm like making like jokes with it, you know what I'm saying, like funny shit. So we would sit there and freestyle, and eventually I would join in them all the time. That was our little thing after school. And I started noticing like people would like pay attention, and like we started having little circles of people like, oh, you guys snap. So I listened to quite a few artists growing up. I really like Tupac. I gotta start off with him because the movie just dropped, so shout out to Pac, man. I listened to Biggie, Nas. I wasn't too big on Jay-Z, but you know, he got such a big catalog. Eventually, I liked some of his songs. I liked Big L. I also liked 50 Cent for sure. When he started hitting in the 2000s, I started getting really heavy into Kanye West, man. Those soul beats, the samples, Lupe Fiasco. A little bit of everybody, you know, but those are some of the big names I say that kind of influenced me growing up. And what I feel like what goes on in Chicago, you know, it's like we have a saying called "we're the city of haters," so it's kind of hard for people to look out for each other here, you know. It's like everybody wants to have all the attention towards themselves and never even really give each other props or share their videos, you know. We're all in the same boat. So I feel like if we definitely help each other, we would see a lot more progression in our city amongst Latinos everywhere in the music game, you know. But other than that, man, salute to all my Latino brothers out there, even the females like Snow the Product out there making moves, you know, because we definitely got a lot of potential. And if y'all ain't paying attention, there's a lot of Spanish slang being thrown in modern songs nowadays. So, you know, our culture has always been in there. But, you know, I feel like it's time that we break through stronger, you know. Even shout out to Cap G too, man. He's holding it down for the Latinos in this rap game as well. So
majority of the Latino rappers that are well known, such as like SPM, Little Rob, Immortal Technique, Chino XL, Capone, so many other artists, they are all from either California, Texas, or New York. Why isn't there any in Chicago?
Well, you know, when hip hop was starting, New York is kind of the so-called founding area of hip hop. They even just opened up I forgot the name of the street, but it's just been announced, Hip Hop Boulevard. But I feel like that's where you know, they had a chance because the spotlight was on New York at the time. You know, you had Fat Joe with Big Pun, and you know, some of the other people you named back in the day, and I feel like that's why they had a head start. But as far as Chicago right now, I feel like it's got the spotlight. The spotlight's on us right now. It's eventually gonna happen, you know. You might even be staring at the next one right here, you know, because I'm out here representing us hard, putting in work, you know. And if you don't know by now, me and my homie Funel, we got a track called Big Pun that we're featuring Big O on. So that's gonna be a pretty big move right there for all the Puerto Rican Latinos in the rap game in Chicago. So Cuban Link's gonna get a little cameo in the video, and it's gonna be dope. We're paying homage to Big Pun with a dope ass track. In 2015, I clicked up with my homie Funel, and we started this group called AFO. So All for One, AFO for short, is our group, and we came together to kind of like bring a Latino mainstream sound. But it's bigger than just putting Latinos in the game. We also want to appeal to different cultures as far as whites, blacks, Asians. We just want to stand out, you know, with a trendy sound and make music that people could vibe to, dance to, ride to when they're going on blunt cruises, whatever, you know. So that was part of the stepping right now. You know, 2 years later, 2017, we got our first AFO mixtape finally done. It just got remastered by my homie 211. This is studio right here, the Vault. And you know, the quality is great, and we can't wait to drop that on July 10th. So remember 7/10/17. I just released B.O.B. just recently in March 18th, so it's only been sitting out there for a few months. Besides B.O.B., I have a very big project coming up, which is going to be called Passion Before the Dollar. And what that one's going to be about, the name kind of says it all. It's going to be more about the passion for this rap, you know, what's going on, like real life struggles, you know, what's going on in my city. You know, there's real deep songs on there, and it's not going to be about money, money this, money that, hoes, bitches, turning up. There's going to be no music on there like that. This is going to be the other side of LV that if you don't know by now, you're going to get introduced to on this album. Before I say that, I'm really very heavy Chicago influence. You know, I love my city. I got that Windy City pride. So before I say who I want to do songs with, I definitely want to put out a special album in the future. It's my goal. Once I get established to get enough money and enough clout in this game, I want to put an all Chicago album with all the legends like Twister, the remaining Do or Die members, R. Kelly. I want to put him on the hook, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I got a plan to do that. But as far as who I want to work with in the game, dead or alive now, I would start with the dead homies, you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely want to do a song with Nate Dogg. And I'm just mad that he passed away because he had such a unique sound, man. I definitely liked how he vibed on those hooks. Especially my favorite song from him was with Warren G. That Regulators! Own up! And then I want to do a song with Johnny P from Do or Die, that Do You. But man, my homie passed away, and I'm not gonna get a chance to work with those artists. I would definitely like to do a song with Pac if he was still around, because he definitely had an influence on what inspired me to write some of this music from the heart that I had done in the past, and I'm still recently doing. As far as people in the game right now, I definitely want to do a track with Kanye West, man. The story with Andale, man, I got a really funny story with that. I was working at this tack cloth company around Pulaski with my shout out to my cousin Freddie. He got me the job, and when I was working there, you know, we would play a lot of music on the aux going back and forth. And I came up with this flow. I was just like, Andale way, Andale way, Andale way. And it just kept playing in my head, right? So I was like, one day I shared it with them, because that's what I like to do with my friends. I like to get their approval to see if the song is hot or not. And I was like, what you think about this? You know, I got this hook. I was like, they need some more, they like Andale. Tell them more about me, I do it. And they were feeling it. And I was like, man, we need to come up with a beat for that. So, you know, he tried to send me a couple beats to see if it would, you know, complement the verses. But so far, we didn't have anything. And one day I was chilling with my boy Ace, man. Shout out to my homie Ace and One on the track number 2, Benjamin Franklin. So we were sitting there going on our little typical blunt cruises, chilling, brainstorming through beats on SoundCloud. And he played a beat. And I was like, wait, hold up. What was that beat right there? Go back. So we changed it back. And we were listening to the producer, Triple X Productions. And I heard the guitar at first, that and I was like, that's the one right there. And just like that, man, I already had the hook ready, and it just went like the missing piece to a puzzle. It just went together like that. You know, who knows what's gonna happen there? Maybe we could get a remix with Snow the Product or Cap G on there. I think that would be wrong, man.
I can picture Cap G on there.
Definitely, Cap G, if you're listening to this, man, hit me up. on social media, bro. So yeah, a lot of people don't know too much about the situation. You know, when people get into situations, they usually go to Facebook right away and social media and cry about what's going on. I felt like it was best to keep it private, so I didn't talk about it at all. And nobody even knew I was fighting a case for over a year and a half. So I used to work for this bus company. I'm not even gonna say their name to give them any clout or anything like that. Point is, I worked for them for a short period of time. They had got broken into in 2015, and I only worked there for a week. And 2 months later is when they had got broken into. And I've been minding my business out here. I'm over here focused on the music, you know. I'm trying to pursue my career. I don't got time to be kicking in doors and trying to steal safes, but supposedly somebody broke in there, a few guys, stole their safe, stole a few laptops and a bunch of stuff in the office. Got away with it because obviously I got blamed for it. And I had to go to court for over a year and a half. I had to hire a lawyer. Shout out to Stuart V. Goldberg, that's the man. If you need him to beat the case, he's going to do it. Anyways, I lost the trial, and I had a girl, bogus, she didn't even know me. She was trying to state that she recognized my voice on the audio of the camera. It's crazy, man, and you know, I don't know why somebody want to put somebody through that. You know, if you know this person had nothing to do with it, why would you put their life in such a predicament? And you know, I stood strong. The court, you know, the judge offered me so many offers to walk off with second chance forgiveness and all this stuff if I pleaded guilty. But me, I'm a man of my word and my dignity, and I would never plead guilty to something I never did. So I fought it. I lost my trial, and during my sentencing, after sitting in there for 26 days in Division 11, shout out to all my homies I met in there too, by the way. If you see this when you get out, man, you already know what it is. But other than that, he beat it in the sentencing with a change of heart. You know, it's a rare occurrence, but the judge decided not to find me guilty, and I was able to go home to my family without no probation or nothing holding me back. You could follow me on social media on Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud under LV_AFO. Real simple, 5 letters. LV_AFO. I got my mixtape Bars of a Bullshit uploaded on SoundCloud and on YouTube. So if you haven't heard it yet, definitely give it a listen. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. And you can find me on Facebook under LORGIO, Lorgio, space SMF, space VELEZ, Velez.
Yeah, I feel like Big Pun. I ain't a player, I just fucking lie. Yeah, I feel like Big Pun. And I ride with a big gun, with a big jaw, call it Big Pun. If you want some, come get some. I got a terrorist squad, I'm like Big Pun.